And we have a quorum, which is our 8, and let's do the introduction of the new members. Senator Kim Jackson, welcome to the Rules Committee, and Senator Rick Williams, we appreciate both of y'all being here. Thank you. And those are the new members. Everybody else is the same. And so we got to do the rules. So first meeting of the Rules Committee, and I thought what would be in order would be that the vice chair would preside over all meetings, and that the chairman cannot speak at all. So moved. All right, that's good. I'm real happy about that. All right, so seriously, we're going to adopt the rules, and the rules are the same as last year, and they're in your charter, in your folder. Senator Anderson has made the motion, and Senator Albers has seconded. Any discussion? All right, so let's vote on this. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, like sign. It passes. Was that unanimous? All righty, good deal. Thank you. And so we got the rules calendar today. So the rules calendar, we have 2 bills on the yellow sheet. Senator Brass, since he's not going to be allowed to speak, he is not even in the room, and so he is ill, by the way, and but is on the road to recovery.
Does he need a doctor?
He might. So his bill, SB 16, has to do with a commissioner and probate, bail bondsman, I should say, that they cannot be the same unless the bail bonds person is not allowed to be operating in that county. And that's what that bill does, SB 16. So commissioner, bail bondsman, not in that that county, that they are the commissioner. Yes, sir.
Include any elected official?
No, this is just related to bail bondsmen and commissioners. Yes. You want to clarify this, Mr.?
Background on it. Apparently, in Senator Brass's district, an individual qualified and ran for a position on the county commission. Once they were elected, they were sent to Athens, I think, with the Georgia Municipal Association for training. At that point, it was discovered that that individual's profession was a bail bondsman, and Georgia law prohibits bail bondsmen from running for any elected office, I believe, or maybe local elected. I'm not sure exactly. That's the way Senator Brass explained it at the committee hearing.
And isn't it such that you, in order, he's changing it so if you're a bail bondsman not in the district in which you run,
That's correct.
that you can.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very narrow.
Yeah, so that the bail bondsman cannot operate in that county commission, in that county that person is commissioner.
So it would, Mr. Chairman,
We'll check
came
on
through my committee if you'd like.
Yes,
to.
please.
Yeah, it was very narrowly tailored. Currently the law states that if you're a bail bondsman running for local elected office, including county commission, that you could not hold that office, even if you say you were, had a bail bondsing business down in Valdosta, but you were in my county running for county commission, you couldn't hold that office. What this would change, that would allow that. As long as you did not have a business operating in Gwinnett, then you could run for county commission.
If I may.
Certainly.
But you can run into some situations, though, such as Columbus and Phoenix City, Alabama, Georgia, 2 different states, I understand that, but what if the counties are, just next door? You got, 2 counties that touch in the same state. Wouldn't you have an issue with that? They're just like across the street almost, something like that. I think we ought to look at that small part of it. But I'm not necessarily opposed to the bill. Because I just know there's current statute that says elected officials cannot. I know that personally.
And to Senator Harris's point, and I'm sure the minority leader deals with this in his profession too, is bail bondsmen rarely only sign in one county. a lot of times they'll get sheriffs in multiple counties to clear them to sign. And I know, to Dean Harbison's point, we have sheriffs that are bondsmen that sign in Muskogee County, Harris County, Chattahoochee County, and other counties. And so it would be really hard for them to run anywhere where they don't have a business interest. And they certainly, all the ones I know, live in one of those counties that they sign in. So I would love to reread the bill, because I don't remember that being in there where they could not run in the county where they actually had a business and resided in.
So legislative counsel says that, in your situation, Phoenix City in Alabama, we would have no jurisdiction there, and they would not be prohibited.
But to what, and Dean Harbison's correct that we have them that do that, but they're licensed in Alabama separate. Then they're licensed in Georgia, but in Georgia, the sheriff of Muskogee County has approved them to sign. The sheriff of Harris County has approved them to sign. Chattahoochee County, Talbot County, around there, they have to go to each individual sheriff to clear under Title 17. So the odds that they lived outside of those 5 counties would be very unusual, I think. Gotcha. So I didn't recall that it said in the bill that they could not run in a county where they had a bail bonding company.
That would clarify, right?
Where was this? Yes. Senator Gann?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe there's a idea to move Senate Bill 16 to the floor. I know all this discussion can go on the floor, and if we need to change something, hopefully nobody's going to make sure that we can't do that. But I'd recommend that we pick Senate Bill 16.
Okay. Thank you. Duly noted.
Just move the ball.
Any further questions? Senator Brandt?
I was going to ask the senator from the 29th, so what exactly will this bill do? You can,
My understanding, when I sat on the committee, what this bill was going to do was allow a bail bondsman to run, in this case, it was a county commission. I do not recall any prohibition of that being done if I want to run for county commission in Harris County where I live, obviously I can. And if I happen to be a bail bondsman in Harris County, in the equity and requirements to own a bonding company are extreme. You have to own a lot of real estate, or you better have a whole lot of money in the bank, because you're on the hook for everybody you get out. Mm-hmm. So for somebody to give up a multi-million-dollar business to run for county commission, that's counterintuitive. So I'm just wanting to clarify in the legislation if it actually says that they cannot run if they have a bail bondsman in that county. And to Chairman Ginn's point, I appreciate the fact that, we're tied up in here, but I think here and in our rules that we just adopted, we can send it back to the committee for refinement. And I think I voted for the bill, but I do not recall there being a specific part in there that said they were prohibited from running in any county they had a business in. We don't do that to anybody
The bill
else.
says it is unlawful for any person, governing authority, county, et cetera, to engage either directly or indirectly in the bail bond business within the jurisdiction of the county, municipal corporation, or government that holds that office.
So that was in there. Yeah. So that's, that.
All right.
yeah, I'm not against the bill, but
Okay.
when I go back, if Boss Hall, somebody asked me about it. I know what I'm talking about.
No, I understand completely. Yeah.
All right, do we have a motion?
So moved.
I have a second. Second from the chairman.
What is the motion?
Put it on the floor.
Yes.
Send it back.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and vote on this one. Separate those out. All right. Motion's made, seconded. All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, it's unanimous. Thank you. All right. So let's go ahead and move to SR 7. Chairman Dolezal, that's your bill.
This one.
Got it.
I think this will be a little easier, Mr. Chairman. This is what can best be described as a cleanup bill. We did not get this road naming bill across the finish line last year due to a little bit of miscommunication in the chamber. And so GDOT has provisionally allowed the namings of those roads to continue pending the passage of this bill. So we want to get this over to the House so they can get this done for our friends over at GDOT to officially codify the road naming bill. This was the same bill that you would have seen in your books last year on sine die, and nothing has changed from the version that came back, that came over from the House.
Any questions on this road naming bill left over? Make a motion to pass, seconded, Chairman Amatarte. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign, passes. All right, so let's have a motion to place SB 16 and SR 7 on the rules calendar. We have a motion, Chairman Albers, second, Chairman Calzert. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, like sign. Passed unanimously. Any further business for the good and welfare? If not,
Impressive job you did as Chair and Rules Committee today.
I
Mr.
really
Vice Chair.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
One of the
Thank
best
you.
I've ever been to.
Yeah, it is one of the best, I would say. So, meeting adjourned.